Hello, everybody. How are you all doing? Welcome back to ManCity Unplugged after a long time. I think after the Champions League final, we haven't been live on this channel. But what a time to be back! What a time to do a live stream video to announce the signing of Jack Grealish. Man City have finally signed Jack Grealish for £100 million. Well, you would have known the news by now, but £100 million and all the paperwork has been complete and the medical is pending. So it's just the formalities that have been pending. I was just thinking a few days ago that no, not again, because this transfer window, it had that kind of aura, aura to fizzle out, just like it had done in the past when we had been in a position of strength, like under Mancini. What has happened? Under Mancini, we have won 2011-12 season. We failed to strengthen in the subsequent season, and United won the league. We after winning that 2011-12 season, who have we signed? We had signed Scott Sinclair and Javi Garcia, fizzled out. We won the league with Pellegrini, and the next season we had signed Eliquim Mangala and Javi Garcia. Eliquim Mangala and Fernando. Two complete flop signings, fizzled out. So this transfer window, we are on the absolute top. Champions League final, FA Cup semi-final, League Cup we have won, the Premier League we have won, and this was a chance to stretch away our lead. And so that's why it was really important that we signed top players, not experimental players this term. And that's the very reason I was a bit concerned, because there was Grealish and there was Kane, and Grealish, as Fabrizio Romano was saying, there was a deadline set this week, and if we didn't complete this signing by the end of this week, Grealish would sign a new contract at Aston Villa. Kane was looking difficult, so suddenly a transfer window which looked full of positivity with us going for Kane and Grealish had the chance of being fizzled out into a nothing. Just imagine if we don't sign any, if we didn't sign any players that we wanted, the main targets in this transfer window, and had to go for second or third rated targets, the morale of the coaching staff would be down, the morale of the players would be down. There would be no refreshment in the squad. That is, I would say, almost reached its peak last season, where we were contesting for the quadruple and stuff last season. So I mean, it was really imperative, and yes, we have got Jack Grealish. That's a really big tick this season. I'm really happy. It doesn't matter. We spend £100 million, we spend £120 million. I don't care. There's a lot of chatter in social media, on Twitter and everywhere, Facebook, you Instagram. You look at it, and people are saying City are ruining football. City are just spending lavish amounts of money. They just got out of that UEFA financial fair play by bribing them. All of those things, all of those allegations were there. So it's becoming a bit difficult, to be a City fan with all of the fans of all of the other clubs just descending on us, like we are the ones who are ruining football. All of the clubs signed, when Real Madrid and Barcelona signed 2-3 seasons back, they spent 240 million, 200 million and all. Then people don't talk. When United spend a British world record for Paul Pogba back then, people don't talk. People say the club earned the revenue and stuff. Even we earn revenue. So there's a lot of chatter around. And just remember, when people chatter, it means they're intimidated by you, they're afraid of you. People don't chatter about a Burnley, or people don't chatter about an Aston Villa, and people don't chatter about an Arsenal as well. They're on to us because people know, the fans of all the clubs know. All the clubs know that City are just extending that gap through and through. They've got the best manager. They've got the best. We have got the one of the best central midfielders in the world in De Bruyne, and now we have got Jack Grealish, who I think has the potential to reach the very top under the watchful eyes of Pep Guardiola. So a great signing for us, and I don't want us to stop here. You can see that I'm excited, but I'm not overly excited because we need to be ruthless. This week we are on top, will not continue forever. There will be times when we will go down, and we'll have to face the downward trend as well, which all the clubs have faced. United, Arsenal, you name it. Now Barcelona is facing, Real Madrid are facing now. So all the clubs go through this. So when we are on top, it's really important that we just strengthen and strengthen. That's what Alex Ferguson used to do. And kudos to the City board for making this deal happen. 100 million pounds. And I'll make another video and I'll tell you how City can afford this. We have already made up to 40 million pounds in this in this transfer window by selling some of our youth players. So the youth academy project, we have invested so much. The City Football Group, where we have um, had City buy stakes in all of the clubs around the world. So all of these things are paying fruit now, and we are getting money from all of those sources. That is how we can afford these transfers. I'll make another video on the funds we have and the next spend this season. Already we have raised quite a significant amount of funds this season. We have raised almost 40 million pounds this season from the sale of youth players, and we are about to raise another 30 million pounds of 3 or 4 deals go through. We'll discuss about all of those deals in another video. So now let's look at where will Jack Grealish fit in actually in Pep Guardiola's team. Which positions are the best for him? So as you can see, I've just put out what I think is the best team for City this season. As you can see, the defense picks itself. That is the best. We don't have a left back. I really want City to sign even 10 million pound left back or someone like that, so that we can so that we'll have better alternatives to someone like a Benjamin Mendy who's not good defensively. Even in the preseason, he was good offensively, but defensively is still had problems against championship teams and stuff like that, Barnsley and Blackpool and all of those teams. So the defense picks itself. I would play Cancel on the left. So now these are and you all might be surprised that Harry Kane is there. I do expect City to complete a deal for Harry Kane. See, if Harry Kane is not going for training, if Harry Kane has decided to has decided that his future lies away from Spurs and is so confident, there must be a reason, there must be an assurance from some club that is getting so much of confidence. Otherwise, a player will not do that. A player will not take the risk of hefty fines, legal implications and all, without having an assurance of a strong club, of a strong party that we will sign you somehow. And I think Kane has got assurances from Manchester City. He's got assurances from Pep Guardiola, from City's board, that we will get you. It might be a bit late, we will get you, but they would have told, but even you need to push for the move, because they're telling 150, but if you push for the move, it will come down to 100, and we are ready to pay 100 for you. So that is why I think Kane is not going, because without strong assurances from somewhere, I don't think a player will behave like that. Not coming for training, not coming for playing preseason matches, because the player has to keep his fitness also, right? And what if the move fails? If the player is not having strong assurance, and what if the move fails? How will he step back into that dressing room? He might be a Spurs legend, but how will he step back into that dressing room? So Kane has strong assurances from Manchester City, and really feel we are gonna get him. The same thing happened with Mahrez. Leicester told about 100 million pounds, and Mahrez didn't turn up for training, and Leicester sold him for 60 million pounds. The same thing, 150 for Kane. Kane doesn't go for training, and 100 million pounds and 200 million pounds on both of these players, worth every penny. They're worth every penny. They're two of the best players right now in the Premier League, and spending I think 100 million pounds for Kane is less actually. The real value of Kane is 150, but then due to the pandemic and stuff, and City is right to stick for 100, because in a real world, if I mean in a real world, by the way, I say, if there was no pandemic and stuff, then 150 City would pay 150 for Kane. Due to the financial situations around, it's 150. So now enough of Kane and enough of all of these discussions around whether City are ruining football and all of those things. Now let us talk about Jack Grealish. Why was this signing of Jack Grealish so important for City? What does he bring? You know, one of the reason why City's board push so hard for a player for Jack Grealish is that Pep was really hurt. Pep was really hurt by the defeat in the Champions League final to Chelsea. And why were we defeated? People say no left back, buy a good left back. No, if there was a left back, the game would have been 0-0, for example. City would not have won the game. It would have gone into maybe extra time or penalties and all. But the reason why City didn't win that game was we were just not able to break Chelsea down. That's a straightforward reason. You don't have to be someone of Pep Guardiola's importance to realize that. So City did not have that attacking aura in them to break down Chelsea, and this has been a problem. Not just last season. I think the season before, as well, when City lost to Arsenal and Arsenal won that FA Cup. I think it was 2 seasons back. Then also Arsenal parked the bus and hit us on the counter, just like Chelsea did in the Champions League final, and City couldn't break Arsenal down simply. So this has been a problem, which has been repeating in games when big teams park the bus against us. Teams that have good technical defenders, teams that have defenders that are big teams that are defenders that are experienced enough to deal with the passing and movement of City. Look at this. City do not have players who can take people on 1-to-1. Well, Mahrez is there, but Mahrez as well, he chops onto his left foot and all, and people are doubling up on Mahrez. So City don't have an out-and-out player who can who can take on that defensive organization 1-to-1. That is what really concerned Pep Guardiola. This has been concerning Pep Guardiola for the last 2 seasons, because against teams, even when Manchester United, sometimes when they park the bus, we are just not able to break them down. That is the reason why Chelsea defeated us thrice in a row in the league last season. So we needed a player who can take on someone 1-to-1 and disturb that defensive organization. Then it opens the space for De Bruyne, it opens the space for Mahrez. So that is why Grealish was very, very important. And what are the best positions for him? I think left wing and central midfield. Can he play as a box-to-box player? He can, if Pep decides to play with a 4-2-3-1 formation, with a single central attacking midfielder, which is De Bruyne. But generally in City's default formation, which is the 4-3-3, I would say City don't have a formation, but what they set up at the starting of the game is 4-3-3 mostly, and Grealish fits either in a central attacking midfield position along with De Bruyne, or in a left wing position. Now the problem with Grealish in a left wing position is Grealish is not the most pacey winger out there, and we have a Phil Foden. Look, there are only 2 options for these 2 places. Either you play Phil Foden in central midfield and Jack Grealish on the left wing, or vice versa. You play Foden on the left wing and Grealish there. I know the switch during matches, but I would personally play Grealish along with De Bruyne as those 2 central attacking midfielders, and Foden over there, because you play Grealish on the left wing, he holds the width. Pep Guardiola loves his wingers to hold the width, and suddenly you're wasting a player who has the potential to run the game, who has the potential to catch the game by the scruff of its neck and turn the game around. You're wasting a player who has the ability to carry the ball through 2, 3, even 4 players, who has the potential to just dribble through the entire opposition team. So Grealish on the left wing for me is wasted unless Guardiola because wants Grealish to cut in, and Mahrez also allows to cut in. He doesn't maintain width. Then you're expecting your fullbacks to offer you the width. Unless Guardiola goes that way, in Foden would be the best player at left wing, and Grealish would play central midfield. Now this brings to me to the question: where does Gundogan play? Gundogan, my God, he looks so sharp. His finishing was out of this world in that preseason. In his first preseason match against Blackpool, it looked as if he wasn't on a holiday, but he was training somewhere. He was just training how to finish, uh, how to finish a football. So Gundogan is an essential key part here. I mean, I'm very confident we get Kane, but if we don't get Kane, for example, then I won't be surprised if Gundogan plays as a false nine. The reason why I really wanted Kane is Kane can do that role of Gundogan as well. He can drop back, he can play as a false nine, but then he is really good in the air as well. You have Mahrez, you have De Bruyne, you have Grealish, you have Foden, you have four people whose crossing is top class. You can't even compare the way they put their balls into the box, and all the four of them can put the balls from different angles, right foot, left foot. I mean, so, and all the four of them have a good combination. Not all are left footed, some are left footed, some are right footed. So it gives an unique attacking opportunity which City never had. City never had a player who was good in the air for all of the attributes Aguero had. He was not the best player in the air. Maybe yes, he can finish headers and all, but he's not the best player up there aerially. City even last season Gundogan isn't the best aerially. So City lacked that one. So I'm very interested in seeing how do City perform with a player who's very good in the air, and that's why I think Kane is absolutely necessary. So it's excellent that City have signed Jack Grealish. We have started the transfer window now. We have started the we have rolled the ball, I would say, and started a transfer window with a British record signing of Jack Grealish, and I really expect City to wrap up this deal of Harry Kane as well, and that will be transfer business done. And if I'm being a little bit more selfish, I would say I really want another left back as well. Maybe Anthony Robinson from Fulham for £10 million. I see shades of Robertson in him. The way he defends, he's really pacey one on one. So if we get Kane and we get Anthony Robinson as well, wow, what a transfer window it is. We will be almost a complete team ready to fight on four fronts if we can complete that signing of left back along with Harry Kane as well. So Jack Grealish to City's complete. Well done. Very happy for us. And here we go. Here we go. This is the start of the transfer window, and we will upset a lot of people with our spending in this transfer window. But then we do not apologize to anyone. We do not care what people say. You know, the best teams do not care about what people say. They go about their business. At the end of the day, we go for. We are ruthless and we go for winning trophies. If it need be by signing big players, yes, we do it. It's only the teams that are helpless, that cannot sign players, or who are intimidated by us signing players, they come on and say that City are ruining football. How can you spend this much amount of money, and where is financial fair play and all? Let them say. But for us, yes, we have signed Jack Grealish, and we are coming. The rest of the league, the rest of Europe, beware. Thank you so much for joining us on this live stream. I hope you have enjoyed this after a long time, and now I'll be posting regularly. I'll be coming every day in front of you with the transfer news related to City, and let us see where does this Kane deal do, and there'll be a live watch along as well on this channel for that Leicester game, the Community Shield game at the weekend. So do join us. So do join me on that live watch along. See you then, and take care until then. Bye.